Well, Pasco County, or what is now called the Sports Coast, is one of those regions that not only provides some of the most scenic views that are unspoiled near the Tampa Bay area, and when I say near, within 45 minutes of Tampa Bay, but it also boasts some of the best fishing. In fact, if I really had to put my finger on it, it might be the heartbeat of speckled trout fishing for the area, because you're at the northern reach of St. Joseph Sound, and then the pristine grass flats from the Anclote River moving all the way north to Hudson are just absolutely teeming with fish. Well, it's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
It has been a long time. It's pretty warm. I mean, this is going to be different than most February fishing.
Oh yeah.
I'm loaded up with Catch 2000s and Paul Brown lures, and I was expecting a completely different scenario. And when I made this trip up, it was 45 degrees outside, and I'm thinking, okay, we're in the dead of winter now, finally. But we've had quite the warm up now.
Yeah, it's just been a weird winter. It's gone from cold to warm to cold.
These Indian summer days kill me too, because I know bait's gonna show up. We're gonna have to fish a little differently. I did bring the Plan B box, and I see that you brought a couple of lures too. So we'll make it happen. I mean, everyone knows if you want to catch a trout, you got to be using a Mirrorlure.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we're out of the no wake zone. I think I'm just gonna lift this sucker up and go. This particular shoot with Mirrorlure Mike was during the winter time, and my guess was we were going to fish Paul Brown lures extensively because the water temperatures are typically pretty chilly and they're perfect for catching gator-sized trout. But as you saw by his attire, shorts and flip-flops, we had some unseasonably warm weather, and with unseasonably warm weather comes a change in tactics. So mid-February really kind of felt like the first week of April. Kind of looks like a little water moving around that corner. You can tell things are quiet out here because there's not mullet jumping or anything. But this outside edge here is good going in there. So if you throw toward the point there, you're liable to get a chew.
There's a fish.
There we go. Nice. Good trout too, dude.
Nice trout.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and peg us with my power pole. Nice job. And it's right on the break here.
He's just on that, just
right on that edge.
That.
That's a healthy fish.
Yeah, it is.
That is a really healthy fish. Now the Skin Series 27s, I see, whoa, and he pulled off. I see everybody using those now.
Yeah, they're really popular. This is that new mullet one right here.
Yeah, they are very popular.
We like them a lot. They've really come a long way, you know?
I tell you what, the trout bite right here, I got a feeling about this zone. This is a nice little groove here, out here at Anclote Key. Might get a couple in here. I'm gonna sink it a little. There he is. There he is. Not a bad one.
Nope, another nice healthy one right there.
Even though the water temps come up to 71, 72, you work it slow enough. I mean, they love a Mirrorlure. The red eyes, the gold. I'm gonna jump down and take care of this one. You keep fishing. A big deal for me and for a lot of guys that love trout fishing is to make sure you keep your hands wet when you're handling these fish. That's a nice fish.
No, that's a really nice
That's a really nice fish. Hold them upside down for a minute here and let them calm down. Ever wonder why that works? Because when someone holds me upside down, I'm really not comfortable with it.
Yeah, but if someone 10 times as big as you was holding you upside down, you might calm down.
No doubt about that. When I grew up here in Florida, and we're talking a long time now, so I've lived here since 1966, you could always count on January and February being the coldest months, and there was no warm weather. But now, in the last 20 years, you'll have a week of 40-degree temperatures, and then you'll have a week of 80-degree temperatures. And that changes the game, and you really have to, as an outdoorsman, you really have to adapt to those big swings in temperature. Good job.
It's a nice hit. Came right up and clobbered it.
Oh, he got a mouthful, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you throw the 27 right there. I'm gonna get a picture of you with that guy. That is a solid, solid fish. Boy, the big ones are easier to grab, huh?
Yeah. Much nicer.
Now that you hold him up after you get that plug out of his mouth. I got one with his plug in the mouth. That's a gorgeous fish. Nice fish, bud. Got him. Gorgeous fish. Nice slow release. Make sure he swims off under good speed. Oh yeah, he's ready to go.
He was ready.
Water's not that warm.
All right. Thank you, sir.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You can see the transition, and you can see those mullet just kind of flashing every once in a while. That whole little soupy edge going to that point is where these fish are stacked up. As soon as he hit it, I thought it was a red. I was like, okay, the reds are definitely here.
I saw his head come out of the water then. I was like, no.
It was really a perfect day. I mean, it's perfect weather. It's the kind of weather that I'm sure the Sports Coast draws up for the Chamber of Commerce. But when we get weather like that, honestly, as anglers, it can make fishing pretty challenging. We had a little bit of breeze on the water at first thing, but by midday, it was oily calm, and I was fishing a lot of zones where we could sight fish. And because of that, I was putting us in the lees, and it really was. It was almost hot. There he is.
Got it?
A big old trout.
Good job. Yeah, that's a nice one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. He hit the classic. He went for the Catch Junior. Catch 2000 Junior. Whoa, 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 don't you do that. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Coming down. Oh, what a fat girl that one is. Woo. That
is a fat one.
That's
right there.
a fat one. Yep. That one is a fat one. Oh, even looks good in my paws. That is
nice
a trout. That is a trout. I had him lassoed. We're wondering.
He wasn't going anywhere either with both sets of hooks in.
We're wondering where those big trout went. We found them. Don't move. I see a red fish up there. You're 11.
Oh, he's going for it.
Got him.
Nice. That was a cool bite.
He swam right up to that thing and ate it, dude.
That was awesome. He just watched him come right over.
Coming around the front. Watch yourself.
That was a cool bite. Nice fish too.
With Mirrorlure Mike on the bow and him eating up fish left and right, I felt like all I was doing was waiting for him to clear another fish for me. There was one particular part of the day where he had just made a super long cast. And here comes just a rambling redfish coming down the shoreline, and I just worked the intercept point just right, where once I saw the redfish following the plug, it was that little CFPR Catch Junior, I knew he was going to eat it. And then we got to watch the eat. And then that's when the fun began, because I was like, you know, I saw that fish, Mike, just before you cast, but I wanted to make sure that you were so far away that you wouldn't get a shot. It was my opportunity to catch what I call a poling platform fish. Pretty steady skiff, you know, people don't, yeah. I'm a 235-pound guy and I'm jumping off the poling platform and running down a gunnel, and the boat doesn't move and we still float in spit. I had to wait till you made your cast first. Once I saw you release, I was like, oh, there's one. You like that?
Good old hospitality.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know it. Yeah, this one's full grown, boy. He thought this was his idea too. Come on, buddy. I don't really, when I trout fish, I don't fish with drag. So I thumb everything so I can let them slide a little bit. I'm afraid to tear a hole, and then you catch something with a big rough mouth like this.
Now he's gonna wear a hole in your thumb.
That's okay, I'll take that if I can land a fish like this. Notice how we always catch redfish when you and I trout fish.
You never know, trout day turns into a red day. Red day turns into a trout.
Especially February trout fishing, you know, because you see the tailors. This one's full grown. He's he's over the slot. Just keep him out of those mangroves.
Don't let him break you off now.
Yeah, the worst part about the mangroves is it's the plug that hooks the mangrove. It's almost like the prop roots are their legs, and it just buries it right in there. Yeah, I'd say that's why I was having so much trouble.
Yeah, and he's got this lure just absolutely buried.
He choked it.
Yeah.
Let's get the pliers out.
Beautiful fish.
Gorgeous. That's a tough little plug.
That was an awesome bite.
That was a killer bite. I mean, that's a big fish.
That was the way to do it.
One of the nice aspects, if you will, about targeting the big trout this time of year is the fact that there are a lot of tailing redfish that are up in the same zones that those trout are. So if you start missing a few targets, or you get in a point in the tide where the tide's low enough and then starts to come around on the incoming flood, that young flood tide usually puts redfish with their heads down and their tails up. So it's always good to have a couple of sight fishing baits rigged in your boat so that you can take advantage of the tailing redfish bite that just happens to coincide where the zone is for the big trout. Oh dude, you're whacking them over there.
That's a good one.
You have to reach for another plug. Roaring back. It's gonna get out of the mic show here.
They seem to like that bigger profile, I think,
yeah, they do.
Now.
He hit that hard up top. Oh, another good one. So Mike Tennian, I call him Mirrorlure Mike. Mirrorlure Mike's been a friend of mine for a lot of years. He's been on the show several times over this is going into year 14 for Flats class. Mike is a very reserved guy. He's worked there for 17 years at the plant, and he's now the national sales manager for them. But Mike is a man of few words until you put him on the bow of a boat. Then he is a trash talking angler who is out to vacuum or hoover up every fish in front of you. All right, when I'm talking about fishing tackle for speckled trout, most of the time we're focused on fin fish profiles. Those profiles are going to be the 27 MR, which is the Mirrorlure XL. They're going to be top waters, which we didn't throw in this one. They're going to be the Paul Brown looks like the new Pro Series, the Catch 2000, the Catch Junior if they get a little finicky, but all of them have a very unique sub-walk ability to them. And I'll bring you in here and I'll show you exactly what we were using today, especially the top two baits that generated the most bites. Mirrorlure Mike was throwing the 27 MR. This is the new Skin Series mullet pattern. Very lifelike, very realistic, clear eyes. It's got double XL. It's got 2X strong VMC hooks. We put it on a 20-pound piece of mono leader, not fluorocarbon leader. It's on a 7-foot medium action rod. This is the Falcon Coastal Clearwater rod. It's the type of rod that has a lot of forgiveness for trout fishermen. So it not only provides you with a nice, compact, long cast, but still has the accuracy because it's only 7 feet long, but it's got enough forgiveness again so these fish cannot shake off. Now let me show you what I was using today. My weapon of choice or delivery system of choice was the 7-foot medium action Clearwater rod from Falcon. I've got it mated up with a Kronar. This is the 150 XG. I've got 15-pound braid on this, believe it or not, because I was throwing some Ned rigs on it earlier in the week with clients. The bait of choice for me was the Catch Junior. This is the CFPR, which is a chartreuse fluorescent back, silver sides, and a white belly. It's a really small sub-walking bait that gets a lot of activity. And there was a lot of bait on the flat that kind of matched this look. It's a classic bait for them. Now, some of the other baits that we decided to employ throughout the day, because we jumped around quite a bit there for a while, was the Paul Brown. This is the Pro Series. We threw it in 2 different colors. This just happens to be the bone color. You'll notice that prominent eye is really key for catching trout. That's why the Mirrorlure product is such a good product for trout fishermen. And then I was tossing the bigger version of the Catch Junior, which is the Catch 2000. This bait's a little bit longer, a little bit heavier, provides a little bit better casting distance. This is the 21 color, black back, silver sides, white belly. Probably one of my favorite colors in the classic lineup to throw all the time, just because you can see that bicolor that I was talking about, where you see black and silver from a distance, and it just has that real natural walk underneath the surface that drives trout crazy. I hope these little tips and equipment reviews will put a few more fish in your boat the next time you're out doing some serious trout fishing, especially if you decide to head down to the Sports Coast.
There's nice. That is a toad. It just got better and better as the light got lower. Nice job.
Looked like he had a big mouth when he came out of water.
He came up and I mean, he smashed it. I don't know about you, but I was this close to saying, this has been a great day. And I like to end the days on a fish catch, and it looks like that's what we got here. A real good one too. Power poles down. Oh, look at this fish. Holy cow. Look at the size of that fish. Now that's the way you end a day.
No kidding.
That is how you end a day. That's probably a good 21 incher right there. I'll bet that fish weighs almost 3.5, 4 pounds. That's a good fish. I'm gonna have to take some pliers probably and
grab
get that
them.
out. Mike, we talked about a lot of stuff today. We talked about product, we talked about technique. But most of all, it was just a fantastic day to get back out with you. I haven't been out on the water with you in several years, so this was a nice treat.
Oh, I love it every time, and we always seem to catch fish.
Yeah, we always,
Have a good
well, actually
time.
we always do a little bit better than we do when Eric's in the boat with
Oh yeah, well,
I do tell him that too.
great. Always helpful.
Just trying to save your job, man.
Yeah.
Let them know that you're good at something other than just selling fish. Or selling baits to fish. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What an incredible
Appreciate
day. I mean, and this is something that used to be my backyard, close to your backyard. The Sports Coast really does. They have a great fishery here. It's an incredible place to fish.
Well, I'd really like to thank Mike Tennian, Mirrorlure Mike, for showing up today and really building us a great show. He was responsible for it. He really caught a lot of quality fish right here in Pasco County, what you might call the Sports Coast, because of their huge influence now on collegiate high school sports. But really would like to thank Mirrorlure for all they do, not only for flats class, but for all the trout anglers out there. Mirrorlure is one of those brands that if you don't have it in your tackle bag, well, you're just not a serious trout fisherman.